What is good, YouTube? Um, so it's been at least a week now, and I found it kind of befitting that we discuss the Rihanna Bowl, as I've been calling it, or the Fenty Bowl, the halftime show that Rihanna just did a week ago. Um, and I'll just get right to it. First of all, I found it befitting because today's her birthday. So happy birthday, Rihanna. Rihanna is 35 today. And I can't even believe it. I can't believe that it's been 18 years since 2005, which was the year that she debuted. And it was one fine day. I was in the house, and that was a good summer. That Rihanna's debut was one of the reasons why I love 2005 so much. One of the many reasons. They're all attached to music, but 2005, I think it was it BET Jams, or just BET videos or whatever it was. When they were still playing music videos, Pon the Replay came on, and nobody could pronounce her name. People still really don't know how to pronounce her name. It was Rihanna. It was Rihanna. Rihanna. She has said several times her name is Rihanna. But anyway, Def Jam and Rockefeller had three people debut that year: Neo, Tierra Marie, Rihanna, and also Christina Milian was releasing that year too, or 2006, around that time. So this is all Def Jam. And I'm not gonna lie, I was Neo's first single stay didn't do crazy numbers. It was So Sick that went number one. And then from there on it was just a wild ride. Tierra Marie I think went top 40, will make her feel good. And Rihanna had this big super pop hit with Pon the Replay. And it was like that tail end of a big dance hall reggae wave. And ironically, Pon the Replay was not the song that pulled me in. It was If It's Loving That You Want, which is her second single, which went top 40. And her first album, Music of the Sun, went gold. That was the song for me. If It's Loving That You Want, it still is. I still get the same vibe that I felt when I first heard it. Um, yeah, that was my song then. It's still my song now. But let's get into the halftime show. I didn't know what to expect. I know they had been asking her for years. I knew that she had turned it down. She had political reasons and just personal beliefs. But Rihanna's a mom now. And as we know, she's expecting baby number two, as was revealed during the show. She is in a different space. And she said this is why. She said she felt it was important for her son to have this moment to see. And she's not wrong. To see a black woman from Barbados become a billionaire, the one that they counted out, nobody saw it for Rihanna in the beginning. Everybody's money, including mine, was on Tierra Marie. And be damned, Rihanna was the one to not only blow her competition out of the water, but blow pretty much everybody out of the water since she debuted 18 years ago. It's been hit after hit after hit after platinum after award after award after award. As we all know, it wasn't really her second album, A Girl Like Me. It was the Good Girl Gone Bad album, the third album. And I always tell people that third album is something about that third album that just comes in and will bust up the game. We've seen it with Brandy with Full Moon, which changed R&B. We saw Aaliyah with her self-titled third album. We saw Monica with After the Storm, and Maya with Mood Ring, and even Mary J. Blige with Share My World, or Janet with Control, or Beyonce with I Am Sasha Fierce. Them third albums, boy, just bleep up the game every time. They gonna bleep up the scene, and man, Rihanna just, it was a hit factory. It was a pulsating hit factory. Umbrella was a change in sound. It was a change in look for her, and that is kind of what became the thing. It was like, you know what? Rihanna stands for refresh, reset, and replay, because that's what she did every era. She learned to reinvent herself. You know what I'm saying? RIH, reinvent. But long story short, getting into the show, she was dressed in all red. She was floating, and it was like levitating stages all throughout. And mind you, this is a pregnant woman up here doing all of this. She's on different stages, from stage to stage, rising up, down, up, down. Army of dancers, Paris Goebel. Shout out to Paris. Paris is literally the shit. Paris is, she plays no games. You guys know Paris from multiple projects that you've seen. But I think this is Paris' second time doing the Super Bowl. She did Jennifer Lopez for the Super Bowl, and now she did Rihanna. And the set list was fire. Let's just get into that. I'm so glad that she opened with BBHMM. We gotta watch what we say because it's YouTube. I'm so proud of her for opening with that because it's such a bad bossy song. It just is such an anthem, and it's so rough and tough and edgy, and I just love that record. Um, I do feel from that she should have transitioned into hard because hard is just on the same wavelength and on the same level of that. But she did a great job. She and Jennifer Lopez have done a great job of touching every part of their catalogs and every part of their albums in every era. They did very well. Only thing Reed didn't do was interpolate Pawn to Replay anywhere. And I was like, come on, Reed, this is such a big stage. We need you to touch that debut. Um, but other than that, I thought it was great. My favorite part, whew, man. I mean, I loved how she just flowed through everything. She glided through everything effortlessly. She really just floated through it. I've heard criticisms. I've heard, oh, the mic wasn't on, or she didn't dance, or this, that, and the third. Let's be very clear. Rihanna, from the beginning of her career, has always been vibes, shimmy, shake, wine, not minimal choreography, but it's never been overdone choreography. She does choreography. She always has. She's done choreography from the very start. Every video almost she's done choreography. From her very first video, there was choreography in that. And If It's Loving That You Want, there was choreography in that. SOS, she did choreography. We Ride, she did choreography. Umbrella, she did choreography. Shut Up and Drive, there was choreography. And so on and so forth. And Disturbia, there was choreography. I think the only one that there wasn't choreography was Don't Stop the Music. And if I'm not mistaken, did she hurt herself during that time? That was the only one that I felt was a missed opportunity to not have some sort of choreography. But um, and so on and so forth. She's always done choreography. I forget the other ones. To where Have You Been was a big choreography video as well, big performance. So she's always done choreography in some way, shape, or form within the videos. And I'm not sure what people were expecting. I guess because it was the Super Bowl, I think that they thought that it was going to be on a Janet level of choreography, on an, of course, Beyonce level, because that's the standard. That's what people compare. Um, Maybe they thought it was going to be on a Jennifer Lopez level, but it was on the level it needed to be on for her being pregnant, being on multiple stages, being on multiple risers, up and down, things levitating and things moving, and with the wardrobe that she had. It was perfectly fine for me. If her vocals were pre-recorded, that was also fine because in these open top stadiums and arenas, a lot of people's vocals for the Super Bowl are pre-recorded. A lot of people's vocals have been live and pre-recorded or strictly pre-recorded. It's what happens at the Super Bowl. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen again and again and again and again. I thought it was great. I was so pleased that she had Adam Blackstone. Adam Blackstone is that dude. If you know music, then you know Adam Blackstone helped this tremendously. I think my favorite part was probably Umbrella and Diamonds because I think it just really the show it was a build up. She started in hot, stayed hot, and then exploded. And I thought that was dope. She didn't do SOS, which I thought we could have got SOS maybe somewhere in there. But I did love that she touched on her favorite work. You know, she touched on Unapologetic and she got Talk That Talk in there. And I think that was probably some of my favorite too when she had um Where Have You Been and uh Only Girl and we found love like back to back to back, and they kind of like blended together. I thought that was pretty dope. Adam Blackstone just he really busted that out and did a great thing with that. But I've seen several white celebrities come at her and say different things. I've seen, and I won't say their names. One of them, I think he was president at one point. There's another dude. He's a wrestler, bald dude. One of them was a housewife that used to have a talk show, and the other one, some dude with an afro that hosts radio. I know all their names, but I'm not going to say it. The issue with that is that y'all let several white artists get away with lip syncing and phoning in vocals for years, but y'all want to come for Rihanna, the girl with a billionaire brand, which was I also love too. Rihanna really got on that on them people stage, boy, and plugged that Fenty and got that marketing drop. I'm not mad at it at all. I loved it. I thought it was real bossed up, and I expected that. And then her dancers were all draped in Fenty, as they should have been, as you should. I'm gonna get up here and plug the hell out of my product. Absolutely. And I thought, you know what? If this is, I also thought this too. If this is the point at which Rihanna retired, this is perfectly fine. If this is her send off for a minute to say, I'm going to raise my children and I'm going to go be happy with my husband and our family and I have an empire, then that's just what she does. I didn't see anything wrong with anything that she did. I thought it was great, and I thought it was at the end of it. I thought it was Rihanna, and I'm glad that she did what she did. It wasn't that anybody else did anything outside of what they would do. Beyonce didn't do anything outside of what Beyonce would have done. Madonna didn't do anything outside of what she would have done. Janet, Prince, Bruno, so on and so forth. None of them did anything out of the ordinary of what they would have done. I'm not sure why Rihanna was held to a different standard. Rihanna gave you Rihanna, and she gave you Rihanna pregnant. She gave you fashion like she was always gonna do, because we know with Good Girl Going Back came a whole fashion evolution with her as well, and it has stayed that way. She's been consistent with that, and she looked beautiful as she always does. When has she never, when has she ever not looked beautiful? And at the end of the day, I really do think that if she didn't give another album after Anti, and if she came with a greatest hits, because she did announce a tour like it was rumored to have been done, which maybe that was put out there on purpose to throw people off, because she did say she was bringing a guest, and it was like, hey, surprise, the guest is the baby, because the camera panned out when she was rubbing her stomach, but like 3 minutes in, we kind of figured out, oh, Riri having another baby, ain't no tour coming. Ain't no album coming out either. But I'm fine with that. I'm okay with that, because Ree gave like 8 albums in as many years, as a matter of fact. Wait, no, Anti was 2016. She gave 8 albums in 11 years and several tours, award shows, performances, and movies. Rihanna has probably had 10 careers. She's done probably 6 careers worth of work in under 20 years. If she never did another album, I would be okay. Not that I don't want it, but we don't need it. And I'm happy to see her living her life. She's 35 as of today, and I'm happy to see her living her life as a young, black, rich, accomplished woman. There are so many women in the game who are twice her age, still having a tour when they really want to be at home chilling, but they got a tour because they was in crappy deals, or because they got robbed, or because they didn't make the steps to be in certain positions, or because they put work first. Now they feel like it has to stay first. There are so many women in the game who are 40 and 45. Granted, 40 and 45 is far from old, but that's when they start to realize, wait a minute, I've been working and I ain't had no kid. And I ain't get married either. Granted, you don't have to do either of those things, but these are women who wanted to do these things, and they wake up like one day like, yo, I missed it. I turned 50 and 55 and didn't think to slow down and have a kid and sit down and decide what I want to do with my personal life. Her professional life is on track, so she sat down and has a personal life now. There's so many women who devote themselves to the game and don't slow down and have a personal life. They don't slow down to take trips. They don't slow down to have friendships. They don't slow down to enjoy and smell the flowers and smell the roses and enjoy the fruits of the labor. There's so many women that forget to really do it and do it sometimes by the skin of their teeth. Like, oh, bro, I got an egg left. Let me go have this kid. I'm glad that she has sat down to do those things. And guess what? If she wants to come back and do it again, she'll be young enough to say, my kids are set, my business is set, I'm ready to do another album, another movie, another tour. I can do that. I'm glad that her timing is where she wants it to be, and she's not going off of the timing of a label, of the Navy, of management, or of her team. She's doing things according to her. And I think that is one thing that we have grown to appreciate about Rihanna, is that she does things according to Rihanna. She does not do things according to what anybody wants or their demands anymore. And I think that was kind of the message from the Super Bowl, as well as I'm still doing things on my time and my schedule in the way that I want to, and I'm going to continue to. So that was my takeaway. I think she did great. I think she did fine. I have listened to the playlist several times. I will work out and listen to the playlist because I thought it was great. The set list of the Super Bowl. Like I said, a few songs I could have, I could have definitely enjoyed Hard being on there. And like I said, Pawn the Replay. But I was just glad we didn't get Lift Me Up. Lift Me Up is a beautiful song. It definitely is a nice yoga song, a nice meditation playlist record. Tim's wrote it, sang backgrounds on it. Beautiful, beautiful Oscar nominated song. I hope she wins. But I did not want to hear that at the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is to turn up. And she didn't lift us up. We got poured up. She did that. And I was very, very hyped when she did that. I was like, thank you, God, she listened. But all in all, I think she did great. I don't think that she needs to listen to a hater or critic, because at the end of the day, it was her up there, not you. And if you can do better, then you get up there. Make sure they book you for the Super Bowl next year. And I would definitely say she's on my top 10 of Super Bowls, for real, of halftimes. Is she my favorite? No. Was she one of the best? Absolutely. Diana Ross was up there, set the bar, raised the bar when she did hers in '96. Of course, Beyonce, Bruno Mars, Prince, Janet. I could say Beyonce and Bruno Mars, the year they featured with Katy Perry, not Katy Perry, the year they featured with Coldplay. Look at me. Um, I can say that I enjoyed Mary J. Blige's part and Snoop's part when they came, and Kendrick when they were on the Super Bowl. Um, I know I'm forgetting someone. Oh, Michael Jackson, of course, is a favorite of mine. And I know I'm forgetting someone. Oh, Jennifer Lopez. There we go. That's my top 10. That's my favorite list, and she's on it for sure. And if you grew up in the era of Rihanna, then you understand why this is so important, why it was great to see. And Rihanna has solidified herself as a straight up mogul and a legend, and yeah, now an icon in fashion and in music and in business. And she is, for every intent and purpose, she is a bona fide pop star and pop icon. She really is. And like I said, it's so crazy to see that this has happened in such a short span, but she really did it and she sustained. And like I said, I don't think a lot of people saw that happening, but she just leveled up every time. Boom, boom, again. People turned down records that she snatched up and turned into smashes and global hits. So it was nice to see. Like I said, if this is the restart, and this is a lead into a next era, cool. And if this is a final bow or a hiatus bow, and to give you something while I go chill, then that's cool too. But she's done a lot, so it was nice. It was nice after 8 albums, and like I said, after all the hits, it was a very, very nice move, and it was great to see. I enjoyed it. Um, that being said, what was your favorite part? Do you want another Rihanna album? Would you be cool if she said I was gonna retire from music and just continue my businesses and maybe give y'all a tour or a residency in some years? What are your thoughts on Rihanna doing halftime? Who do you want to see next? Me personally, I need Usher to get a show. I need Missy Elliott to get a show. Yes, they both have appeared, but I want them to get their own halftime show. I would love to see Chris Brown do it. He showed love, of course. Chris said he ain't doing it because at the end of the day, American media ain't for him, which is sad because he would completely rock it. Um, I think a Sean Paul halftime would be dope. And I also think that Diddy and Friends would be dope. You know what I mean? Do the hits. You got to have Dirty Money there. You got to have Nicole Scherzinger come out. You got to have Mo Money, Mo Problems. You got to do I Need a Girl Part 2. You got to do All About the Benjamins. You got to do those. So I think Diddy and Friends will be a dope halftime show as well. But, anyways, what did y'all think? Who do y'all want to see next time? And what do you want next from Rihanna? Because we already know what's coming next, a new baby. So congratulations to her and ASAP. And until next time.